permitted on MPOA common property.
Okay.
That's just within our things.
Right.
And technically, you're not allowed to discharge them within this area of Prince William County because Virginia, for some reason, considers any kind of propelled object to be a firearm.
Okay.
Don't ask me why, they just do.
Yeah, I understand.
The main problem I have with it is, I mean, obviously y'all are doing something down here, airsoft, something like that. Someone with common sense would realize that.
Right.
Someone without common sense comes down here, sees a bunch of guys in paramilitary gear with firearms.
Right.
That don't conform to dummy gun standards.
Right.
You know, you're covering up the orange tips on the
Right.
muzzles, all that, everything like that. I worry about that. Okay. So what I need y'all to do, and this is just for student film.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
Can I get a point of contact on one of y'all?
Yeah.
Okay. Do this.
Can you even call her mom? Can you call your mom? My mom.
For what?
Point of contact. Is that what you mean, or?
You're just
No,
one of
point
us.
Contact being someone I can follow up with, like, so your name and information.
It's
Oh,
Willie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, Willie McInerney. WILLY MCINERNEY. And then 703 595 3260.
Okay, and what? Just by chance, your address in Montclair.
15413 Windsong
Okay.
Lane.
Yeah, I got you from there. Okay, perfect. So yeah, that's my problem with it.
Right.
Obviously, common areas are meant to be enjoyed by residents of Montclair. So future reference, have your beach tag on
Okay.
here.
Oh yeah.
Don't leave the airsoft guns at home. I know it's a
Right.
student film. Try and find a different place to do it.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
know
we were
you're
worried
really
about
restricted with probably the type of film you're wanting to do.
Right.
You're going to be horribly restricted with it because any of the county parks you're not going to be allowed in, any of the state parks you're not going to be allowed in, any of the federal parks you're not going to be allowed in. I understand wanting to do it here. Even probably in the woods back behind your all's house isn't going to be a good idea because you're going to eventually have somebody call on you. My problem is, like I said, police showing up. They're going to come down here.
Yeah.
The standing orders with the police right now is if you don't have your beach tag on you, you can't prove that you're in Montclair, and especially if you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing down here, which technically you're not, serve you trespass notice. Okay, which then we have to sort out later on and have to have the owners of the association, which is the board of directors, repeal that. Now I understand y'all are just, like I said, doing a student film down here. I appreciate the signs and everything like that. Just think, think where it looks from our point of view, from the neighbor's points of view. I understand you probably got a couple people's that live immediately here. People are walking their dogs down here, and that's I'll tell you right now is someone walking the dog. There's probably just me. Since I pulled up here, there's been 2 people walking past. So it's, and that's what you're going to run into.
Right.
So something future like this, call us up. Let me give you this. If you want to do something like this, we can always run it by the board of directors. I would say at least give us a month to do it because it'd have to go to a board meeting. I don't know about this sort of thing, whether it be permissible even through them, but yeah, like I said, I would just recommend packing it in for the day, not coming back here to film this. If y'all want to come back and do a nature documentary or something like that, probably a little bit better off than something with the the running gun and everything like that.
Right.
Okay, well, very good. I'm not gonna call you unless I have any questions for you or anything like that.
Okay.
So as far as that goes, but my name and number's on the card if you have any questions, obviously. And I'm with the management agency with the association there. I just recommend packing it in for the day and then not bringing, leave your guns at home kind of thing, because they aren't. Any kind of, like I said, dummy. Otherwise, if they're not real, doesn't matter. Within our covenants, you're not allowed to have them down at the beach, so you're going to run into trouble there, and then and everything like that. So just think a little bit. I understand.
I was also wondering, like,
go ahead.
We filmed for like a long time right now. We have like one scene left that would take like maximum like 10 minutes. I was just wondering if we could please do that.
Are y'all have to do the guns and everything like that?
It would just be
yeah, it would literally be 10 minutes.
And then we would never be back here to film ever again. It's just for a scene for a short film we're doing.
Okay, I've advised y'all to leave. I'm going to pack it in and head back up to the office.
Right.
Try and be out of here sooner rather than later. Is all I'm gonna say.
promise
Yeah.
I have a question. I wasn't like here when you started talking to them. Did someone like call you or something?
Yes, sir. We had a complaint. Obviously, I mean,
Oh.
Yeah.
you can't. Well, I like to say you can't fart in Montclair without someone complaining about
Right,
it.
yeah.
You know, and this sort of thing is very sensitive
Yeah.
to people nowadays, and
Yeah, and I know it just happened in DC. Like,
Yeah,
we went
you got that
we went
going
up
on
to
today,
this.
which
We
is-
went up to this lady and like
Yeah.
all those people, but then there was like cars that came by, and so I
the
didn't.
cars and the people walking their
Yeah.
dogs.
Right.
And I'll tell
Yeah,
you
we
what,
talked to a couple of them,
I
but
don't think the woman that called, I didn't speak to her personally. She didn't even notice y'all running around with that stuff. She just saw the sign that said "No guns being used," kind of thing. And she called us because she was like, "Well,
Right.
is the police down?" Because we have police,
Yeah.
you know, that come down here.
Yeah.
You know, or firemen will come train on. Like, the police down here doing some training thing. Like, no, ma'am, not to our knowledge. So we just.
Okay.
Huh.
Well,
So that's
I'll
where
be
that's
there in
coming
a
from.
minute.
Like I said,
Oh, so it wasn't a complaint. It was just a.
letting us know. There's,
Yeah.
trust me. There's, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, you can't do much in Montclair, especially at the beaches. People are very particular about the beaches, and rightly so. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff going on. Y'all are just, like you said, doing a student film.
Yeah.
Not doing
yeah, that's
anything-
kind of why we chose this one because we're like
I
beaver,
understand.
dolphins are
out
more
of the way.
popular.
I understand. But
Yeah.
I just don't want you. I'd rather me speak to you than the police get called or you know,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Or like a helicopter coming in on us.
Or like
Yeah.
SWAT team. That's why we
I
try to
feel
put
like
up
if
as
they
many
called the police,
signs.
They would end up
They
calling
would
us
call
for
the police and
suspicion.
they would call you. They call the police and they'd say y'all had guns on you, and then of course that's going to be a gun call them coming down, and then y'all have your orange muzzles covered up, and that's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most police have common sense in Prince William County, especially in this area. They know an airsoft gun, they're not going to give you too much hassle, but there's always those cases that it doesn't go that way and everything like that. So I'm worried about y'all too at the same instance.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm going to get out of here. I've directed y'all to get out of here as soon as possible, pack it in. I'm not going to go any further than that.
Let's just shoot this
But
one last
I would
scene and then-
recommend,
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
tell me that, just I would
Okay.
recommend y'all get going sooner rather than later.
Yeah, absolutely.